If you had to choose, would you live in California or live in Texas? There are trade-offs to living in each state, and maybe one will have a greater weight on your decision. Many Californians are moving to Texas, but is it the right fit for you? First, why would you live in Texas over California? Cost of living. The cost of almost everything is 54% less than that of California. From childcare to food to gas to even living is a lot cheaper than similar things in California. Even when it comes to medical care, you expect to pay 8% less than you would in California. Housing. Texas is a lot cheaper than California. If you were to rent a 3-bedroom apartment in Texas, it would cost you around $1,600 a month. For that same living situation, you'd pay around $2,700 a month in California. Even buying a house costs less in Texas. Homes in Texas will cost you around $250,000 with plenty of land, while California will cost you $650,000. If you don't like too many people, Texas also has nearly 11 million less people, but nearly twice as much land as California. Taxes. Texas has no state income tax and lower taxes overall. On the other side of that, California has high overall taxes with state income taxes topping out at 13%. Businesses. Texas is a very friendly state for entrepreneurs and those wanting to start a business. Texas law leans towards making it an ideal environment for startups, with many situated in Texas. Traffic. Both states have traffic, but Texas has less of it. Texas drivers spend about 63 hours a year in traffic, costing them a $900 loss in productivity. California drivers spend 84 hours in traffic a year with a monetary loss of $1,200. So then why would you live in California as opposed to Texas? Weather. California weather is just a lot better. It has warm summers and mild winters. It's been ranked the best weather in the US. California has its fires, but Texas has plenty of hurricanes, tornadoes, and flooding. California has beautiful scenic views from nice beaches to mountains all within a day's drive. Texas is mostly flat with sometimes extreme weather on both sides, and sure, there's some beaches. Education. California is one of the most educated places in the US, with world-class universities such as Stanford, Caltech, UCLA, USC, and Berkeley. And according to various studies, Texas is one of the most uneducated states in the US. Economy. California's economy ranks first in the US, and if it were its own country, it would be fifth in the world with a GDP of $3.3 trillion. Texas isn't far behind at number 2 with a GDP of $1.9 trillion. Culture. Both states have culture, but California has an international flavor with its galleries, architecture, and museums. Texas resembles more of a middle America and somewhat less cultured to someone who has lived elsewhere. Quality of life. Californians live longer than Texans, thanks to strict environmental and health regulations in the state. Jobs. If you work in California, you'd have a higher average salary than if you worked in Texas. Californians are paid an average of $66,000 per year, while Texans are paid an average of $58,000. If Texas is more business-friendly, California is more worker-friendly. California's minimum wage is $15 per hour, while Texas is stuck at $7.25 per hour. Lastly, it wouldn't make sense not to include politics in this video. California is a lot more liberal than Texas. And although more Californians are moving to Texas, thus making it more liberal, Texas is still a conservative state. But regardless of the differences, you'll always find one overwhelming reason to choose one state over the other. Whether you start a business or you're an employee, or whether you're a liberal or conservative. These are broad differences, and there's always small pockets of Texas in California and small pockets of California in Texas. So what are your thoughts? Would you rather live in California or Texas? Comment below. And as always, take care of your money.